Okay, good morning, Jo Marie. How are you? Okay, good morning, Aaron.
Morning, sir.
All right, let's just wait for others to come in. No? So we'll be discussing today two topics, no? System of linear equation and inequalities, no? Pagsasabay ko na 'yan. So we'll have a rundown. Okay, good morning, Maymay. How are you? Okay, perhaps one more before we Yeah, good morning, Maymay. I hope you have a great vacation, no? Since we have not met for 2 weeks, no? I hope you have been refreshed. All right. By the way, I send the link on our chat. It's only for non-students, no? Everyone needs to be part of the Google Meet. Okay, let's just wait for one so that we will have a majority attendance, no? Already. So we have many things to discuss today. Hopefully, we could finish everything. Systems. I know this is a review for you. You have been taught of this even in your senior or even in your junior high school years, no? These concepts in algebra. So hindi na natin siya talaga papatagalin, no? Right. Let's just wait for one. Then we will start. By the way, we will only be meeting until week 17. Okay? There will be no more lessons in week 18. Week 18 will be intended for our fellowship since most of you are online. Except for Jom, no? Jom, yung partner mo ba, ano na? Andiyan na ba? Jom? O ano pa rin?
Yes po, sir.
Nandiyan na yung partner mo. O dalawa na uli kayo. Sige, i-reserve niyo yung week 18, ha? So I'm planning to have a fellowship, a physical fellowship by week 18. No more classes. It's just, perhaps we'll start with the Word of God. I'll be challenging you. And then afterwards, we'll have some fellowship. So nandiyan na pala si Jem. Jom and Jem na uli kayo. So dalawa. So ayan, welcome. Welcome Jem, ha? Welcome. Ayan. Welcome. Okay, so the two of you, except if yung 5 sa inyo gustong pumunta ng LD sa week 18, okay din physically. So, pero I doubt if but this is we will be live streaming the fellowship. First, we will start with some Word of God, of course. Then we'll have a program. Okay, good morning, Bal. How are you? Yan, we will have a program, and then we will eat together, no? Yun yung plano ko. Lalabas tayo ng Bethany, no? So kasya naman tayo sa 2 kotse siguro, no? Yan, good morning, Bal. So, yan, as I was saying, no, so that will be week 18. So no more activity on week 18. Your final exam will be take home. It will be given to you ahead of time on week 17. No, then submission is just on or before week 18. Then yeah, the two of you, Jom and Jem, just coordinate with your third year students, which is the common time for first year, second year, and third year math majors, no? So kailangan tayong welcome Shadrach. Okay? So, ayan, just think of a common time for us to have fellowship in week 18. No? So, week 18. Okay, so that's my desire. Hopefully, God will bless us with so that it will also yeah, no. All right, so we're already. James told me that he will be attending conference. Good thing James is learning his lesson, no? So giving me prior notice on this. I appreciate that, no? Informing me a day ahead of time that he may not participate because of a conference. No? So hindi ko na kailangan alamin yung detalye. Nabasa yon, na prior notice, no, that was well noted. So anyway, he will be responsible, no, for whatever he will be missing this morning. So what I was saying, since majority of you are here, anyway, this is recorded through our YouTube channel and our Facebook, but not on my profile. You just like on sana i-like niyo yung ano ko YouTube channel, no? YouTube channel natin, saka yung Facebook natin, Baptist Ministerial Seminary. So that's the ministry of our church, no? So we are catering to asynchronous self-paced seminary education, catering through BA in theology and Master of Arts in theology as well, no? So for those who will be graduating, no, sooner or later you'll be graduating, pursuing your master's degree, you would like to enroll. All right? So for week 18 will be no more lectures, no. I will be just starting with a challenge for you. I call it a semester end challenge, and then we will have some, I don't know how the third year would be in charge in some games, fellowship games perhaps, and then we will eat together, no? So that's my plan. Lord willing, the Lord will, though I don't have really a budget, no, but I know the Lord will give budget for that fellowship. All right. So, but for the virtual students, no, yeah. So anyway, we will just send some shots of our fellowship. But the one that we will be doing in one of the classroom of Bethany, we will live stream with a special link. No, I will be given a special link. Virtual fellowship. Oh, okay din yun. I know Val is sad because he may not come. This is not only true for freshmen but all math majors from first year, second year, and third year. No, so hopefully we could arrive at a common time. No, I allow my third year student, no, to organize this. No, so that's the third year student math majors. I know you know your ate, no. Kilala niyo ba yung mga ano? Do you know our third year students already? Who among you know or friends, at least in Facebook, the third year math majors? Anyone? You should be friend to them because they know my requirements ahead of time. All right? They've been third year already. So they know what I'm capable of as far as requirements for the course is concerned. No? So ayan. So anyway, so yan, to mention there are only 3 senior students. Okay? So we have Micaela Mabasa, we have Gillian Pueblo, and we have Aisel Malapitan. So those are the 3 junior students. Okay, connect with them. Try to connect with them. This third year math majors. So if the common time will be established, no, then we will push through with that fellowship. I will just attend on that week the common time, whether it will fall on a Tuesday or a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Thursday, whichever is appropriate. Or I don't know if some other day, no. But for me, I'm not really available on a Monday or a Friday. But it could be, no, if that could be a common time for you, most especially Jom and Jem, no. You coordinate with the senior students, which will be the common time, as well as the second year students. All right. So that would be hopefully, no. So that will be very soon. No, we are now week 14, and that is we're talking about week 18. Now the final exam will be take home. I'll be giving it on our week 17, but that it will be a do or die type of test. So meaning it will be a little bit complicated because you have all the time. I'm giving you in fact the entire week, no, for you to submit that. So it will be given in advance so that by week 18, no more other requirements. No? All right, so that would be the case. So I hope that would be clear. No? So today we'll be discussing systems of linear equation and inequalities as well. No? So that would be my discussion point for today. I hope you will be ready for some recitations sooner or later as I throw out some questions on you. All right, so this will be part of your online participation, which corresponds for 25% of your grade, on top of which is your exams, which is 40%, then 20 for offline and 15 for readings. But basically, readings are just an assumption that you read already the material. So you're graded by reading the material. Okay, that's what we call readings. And normally, I'm generous on giving a perfect score on that 15%. That's why some student, you cannot fail on my class if you're reading your material. All right, so that is the way. Okay, did we open the word of prayer already?
Not yet po.
Not yet. Sige, let's open the word of prayer. Lord, we thank you for this day. Thank you for this morning that we could continue our discussion, particularly in systems of linear equation and inequalities. I pray for your grace and mercy to us. Bless these young people as they pursue their degree in education, major in mathematics. I pray for your wisdom bestowed upon them. Bless their diligence, Lord, and also bless their ministries in their respective churches. We thank you, Lord. We honor you. This is our prayer in Christ's name. Amen. All right. Now, I will be starting with systems of linear equation because inequality follow the path equations. Though on our outline, inequality is the first of the discussion after quadratic one unknown. No, it was of the truths, although not all, of equation is followed by inequalities. No? So now we could see here, I'll be sharing this on the chat box, no, the document for your reference purposes. No? Okay, so we have for a while, guys. Anyway, I'm streaming this also to our Baptist Ministerial Seminary site. So I don't know if they're watching on us because I would like to optimize our page, no? Oh, there are someone that are watching also. All right. So both for our YouTube and Facebook, no? So our YouTube CBC Ministries Online PH, on our Facebook is Baptist Ministerial, no? So sooner or later it won't be any more part of my profile, no? All right. So I will be sharing this to you. Okay. So please take note on the chat box. No, I'll be sending this now on the chat box. You save it on your Google Drive, this link, for your reference process only. Okay, so I'm sending 3 links simultaneously. Hopefully, if James would ask, we just share this to James. No? We have actually we have 3 viewers here, 2 from YouTube and 1 from our Facebook live stream. No? So, yan, welcome to our class. All right. So we have the methods. No, I suppose you know this already. Given the two unknown system here. So where A, B, and C are constants, element of real numbers. All right. Of course, it could be an element of complex number. I would say it could be extended to a complex number where A, B, C are constant. and y, x and y are variables, no? So we could solve this, no, by the following. And I suppose you know this already, no? First and foremost is elimination by addition or subtraction. So we will try to add a particular, we'll try to add the both, no, both equations to eliminate one variable. Okay, that's why it's called elimination by addition or subtraction. Sooner or later, I will be demonstrating one sample, perhaps for each of these methodologies that we will have. All right. The second one is substitution. No? Perhaps the first thing to do is to express the equation into a single variable, y in terms of x, perhaps, or x in terms of y, whichever is appropriate. Then substitute that to the second or third equation. Okay, so that whereas when you substitute it, there will be only one variable solvable in one unknown. That's what you have learned in the previous discussion that we have on the midterm period, is solution with one unknown. Then that's manageable already. Okay, so that is substitution. We substitute one equation to another so that it will eliminate. In a way, it's actually elimination by substitution. No? Both are elimination method, because we tend to have only one unknown so that it will be solvable. No? All right. Next is the graphical method. This is actually a triangulation. Whenever we would like to triangulate your analytical solution with the graphics or the graph, no, we could always use of graphs. And in our case, no, I would highly suggest Algebra. No, Algebra is one of the good mathematical tool where you could graph properly, where you could graph properly your. I hope you already click on the link so that you may have a copy of this sooner or later for your own consumption. The document that we have for today. All right. So yeah, substitution is basically elimination as well. And graphical method, we make use of softwares. Normally, during our time, we're using graphing paper. I suppose you already experienced that, graphing paper. Then you draw a Cartesian plane, then you plot points, then you connect 2 points that will define a line. No? And from that, there are points of intersection, and that will be the solution by graphical method. The points of intersection, the point of intersection of two lines are actually the solution. That is true. Its coordinates corresponds to the answer of analytical method, both for elimination by addition or substitution. Now, aside from this, now in higher mathematics, this may not be the coverage yet for advanced algebra, but sooner or later, take note in your linear algebra, that is 122. That will be offered next semester, I think, but I'm not so sure if I will handle the course. You will be taught of other methods, and I suppose you're still familiar with one of the method. One of them is Cramer's rule, no? Using the determinants to identify the solution, to solve for the solution of a particular linear system. Aside from that, there are developments because Cramer rule is only applicable to 3 unknowns, no? But in 4 unknowns, we find it complicated in utilizing Cramer's rule or determinant solution by determinants. That's why the mathematicians have developed also other methodologies where we could solve for the system. First one is the Gaussian elimination. Okay, but this is not, it's beyond already college algebra. It will be taught on your linear algebra. Okay, whoever will be your professor will teach you Gauss-Jordan and Gaussian elimination. Gauss-Jordan is also a method developed from Gaussian. So it's actually an improvement of Gaussian. It's Gauss-Jordan. All right, though this is beyond already the scope of our discussion. Okay, so within this, perhaps we could demonstrate the first 3 methodologies in solution. But take note, we need to understand the nature of the Nature of systems, rather. Systems of equation, whether it's two unknown, three unknown, etc. So we need to understand also the nature of the systems of the equation, primarily the solution to that equation. No? So basically, we have three. No? We have three methodologies. In fact, we could name them depending on the textbook that you're using. The first and foremost is what we call consistent system. So consistent system. No? Okay, consistent equations rather, or system. An equation is a system. So wherein there is one solution. No? So it is one solution. So meaning it has one solution. Okay? So only one solution would refer to consistent equation. So most of our equations are consistent equations because analytically we could solve for the x and y, and graphically we could identify the points of intersection. So meaning it's one solution, and it's a consistent system or consistent equation, I would say. Another category, and you need to be careful on this. Welcome, James. How are you? I hope you're doing fine. Just James, this document, I'll be sending on the chat box, so you could just click on this document for it to be shared in your Google Drive. This document, all right? Yeah, James has a seminar or conference right now, no? So, yeah, James, just click on that link so that it will be shared in your Google Drive. That link, that's the file name for this document. No? Now, another is we call the inconsistent equation. Inconsistent equation, no, there is no solution. No solution at all. Meaning there is no values for x and y in a two unknown system, two variable system. There is no x and y that would suit the equation. So meaning there is no solution. And normally, in a graphical method, now by the way, for graphically, now this is intersecting lines. No? Two intersecting lines. Okay? So that is for graphical, no? Graphical equivalent of. So two intersecting lines. For no solution, so basically two parallel lines. So because there is no intersection, meaning there's no solution, so it means that this is two parallel lines. Meaning there's no intersecting point of intersection, therefore inconsistent. Take note of the term, guys. Normally, in the theoretical questions, no, definitions are also important items in your board exam, and you need to consider that. As math majors, we also balance computational and conceptual skills as well. So we need those two. Now we need those two. So we still have three. So yeah, we have been watched by 3 to 4 streamers now that would like to learn also in systems of equation. All right. So anyway, now there's another category as far as the nature of systems of equation is concerned. So number three is what we call dependent equation. So kung merong consistent intersecting lines yun, pag may inconsistent parallel lines, ang dependent naman, infinite number of solutions. No? Infinite solutions. So every point is a solution. Every point along the line is a solution. No, this is because they're not really parallel and they're not really intersecting. What do you call them, guys? Anyone? What do you call an dependent equation? Graphically speaking. For consistent, it's intersecting. For inconsistent, it's parallel. How about for dependent equation? Who has infinite solutions? What do you call them? The relation between the two lines. Anyone? Oh, you could recite there. Don't be shy. All right? Anyone? Oh, Jo Marie, baka may anong tawag doon sa kanila pag infinite solution? Or anyone? May, you have something to say? Or Bal, Shadrach, no? What do you call that relationship between two lines? No, it could be intersecting, it could be parallel, and what's the other relation? Okay, what's the other relation, guys? Anyone? Dalian nyo, para review ko na nga lang kayo eh. Actually, this had been taught to you, I suppose, no? I suppose, but my supposition may be not true. Anyone? Any guess, guys? Guys, any guess? How do you call that graphically, Bal? Yeah, you may describe it, yes. Two lines written two different way, yes. But graphically speaking, how do you describe those lines? No. The first one intersecting. The second one is parallel. How about this third one? How do you call them? That's what I'm asking. Well, the description may be true, but graphically, how will you describe the lines? What are their relationship? Alright? Anyone? Sige na guys. No, bibigyan ko kayo ng credit dito. But nice tribal. Oh. Anyone? Any takers? No, by this time, na-google nyo na yan. Meron ng sagot. No, Bal. It has infinite number of solution. No solution is the inconsistent equation, meaning parallel lines. If it's a parallel line, no intersection, therefore no solution. That belongs to number 2. We're now in number 3. Alright, so don't be confused with no solution and infinite number of solutions. Alright, so these two may sound similar, but they're not. In fact, they're a direct opposite of one to another. Now, one system, no solution. The other one has infinite number of solutions. Okay? So these are two different things. In fact, polar opposite, no? All right, one more. I'm giving one or two. Yeah, you just say what Bal have mentioned, my mind. Same line. Anong tawag sa kanila? Equation 1 and equation 2. But they're still distinct. Distinct linear equations. No, you cannot say that they're really the same line. So there is another term for that. Alright? Sige, one more try. One more try. No more clue because if I give a clue, that's already the answer. No more clue. Alright? No, it's not perpendicular, Jom. Ano yung perpendicular yun? Intersecting pa rin yun. It belongs to number 1, consistent system yun pag in perpendicular. Because perpendicular is intersecting, right? It will have an intersection though forming 90 degrees, right? So that is belong to case 1. A unique pair. No, but it's not unique because when you say unique, one solution only. Unique. And it's not unique because there are infinite solutions. Every point is a solution. No? Every point is a solution. Right? So later on, we will try to look at that using Algebra perhaps. No? We could maybe perhaps infinite number. Okay, you're describing, but what I'm asking is how will you describe it? Now that's my graphically. For the first case 1, it's intersecting lines. For case 2, parallel lines. How about for case 3? Right? Okay. So, but yes, it's true, infinite number because we have infinite number of solutions. Okay, so we will try to illustrate here. So at first, we have perhaps first equation. So that's our first equation. Perhaps x plus y is equal to 3. Then we'll have the next equation. X perhaps minus 3y is equal to 5. Then we will identify the points of intersection. That is an consistent system here because there is a point of intersection here, right? And we call it 3.5 and negative 0.5 as a point of intersection as computed by Algebra. So that is case number 1. Now, another, no? Sige, let me delete this. So that's case number 1. All right? So now let me input another example here. This time x plus y but is equal say to negative 4. So those are two different equations. At this particular point, there are parallel. Case number 2. No? Case number 2, inconsistent system because there is no real solution. No solution at all. No intersecting points. No? That's case number 2. And case number 3, what we're referring to, okay, another input perhaps. This time, yun nga yung sinatawag yung renaming. Actually, pinakamalapit na sagot kay Bal renaming a line. No? But what I'm asking kasi is how will you describe it graphically? No? So 2x plus 2y is equal to 6. O yan, di ba? Parang ano lang. So ano na ngayon? Anong tawag dyan? Pinagsama mo lang Bali, just combine consistent and dependent No? No, actually, hindi, walang, no, it's not consistent. When it's dependent, it's not. So it's different. Okay, so I think you're C-rep na. Alright, so let's go back to this. So the answer here is there are two coincidental lines. At least, you have two coincidental lines. Coincidental meaning they are not parallel, not parallel, guys, but they are coincidental. Okay, makes sense? No, not straight line. Of course, they're so guys, parallel lines, coincidental, not just like this one. The one that we have done in Algebra, no? So there, my first equation here is x plus y is equal to 3. Second equation is 2x plus 2y is equal to 6. They're basically the same but of two different lines. Therefore, they are coincidental one to another, right? So meaning each point here is a solution. Each point of the line is a solution. All right? They're all solutions and there are infinite number of solutions, right? That's how we do it. So these are the three. So take note the methods. Now perhaps we could have 1, 2, 3 or some other occasion 4. No, we could do that. But methods 5 and 6 are basically will be taught on linear algebra. No, sooner or later. But I doubt if I will be teaching that. There will be a math professor that will teach that as well. And they have the nature of the system. We have consistent. No, one solution. Inconsistent, no solution. And dependent equation, infinite solution or two coincidental lines, right? So I hope that's clear to you. Let's have some demonstration. Then afterwards, I'll let you solve. I know you know this already, no? Now, where are my files? Perhaps I will just jump here. Okay, let's have a simple equation. Okay, simple equation utilizing different methodologies, no? Different methodologies for I don't know if I could paste directly this one. Pwede bang i-paste itong diretso? Anyway, never mind. So perhaps have two equations first. Then sooner or later we'll have some round robin again. No? Then we will go on with inequalities, no, Lord willing. All right. So first, so we have 2x minus y is equal to 4. It's found also in your lecture notes. No, I'm just copying it. I'll be showing you the three methodologies for this one. X plus 5 is equal to x plus y is equal to 5. So these are the two systems. We call the first one as the first equation. And the second one as a second equation. All right. So we could basically eliminate by adding, no? Adding, we could obviously eliminate y. Just look at the numerical coefficients of both x and y and decide by yourself which is readily, which variable could be readily be eliminated. So obviously, negative y could be readily be eliminated by positive y, by adding y. So you will eliminate immediately your x. So perhaps you may use your intuition, you may use your discernment, whether you still manipulate the first or second equation for it to be eliminated, for one variable to be eliminated, or you could make use, inspect whether they have the same numerical coefficient, and if they are the same numerical coefficient, you could directly eliminate one variable. Okay, for this case, you could eliminate it. Okay, first method is by substitution. Okay, so we could directly eliminate y, or by by elimination na lang muna tayo. So we could solve this by elimination. Okay, so add equation 1 and 2. Or basically, or you could subtract. It's up to you. If both are positive values, you could subtract for you to eliminate. If both has unlike signs, or operation, you could add, just like this one. You add 1 and 2, the result would be 2x plus x would be 3x. Okay, 3x. Oh, where's my x? 3x, and then, teka, this is equal to 4, no? So 3x, and then y is eliminated already. So add 1 and 2 to eliminate y. Right? So that's our purpose. So that will become 3x. Y becomes 0 now. Then you have 4 plus 5 is 9. No, or x is equal to 3. Okay, so we have the values of x. Substitute. Next to do. So you have a partially you could use substitution here because you substitute x to any of the equation, whether you substitute it to y or x, it's up to you, no? So no problem. Substitute. To either to 1 or 2. No? To solve for y. So that would be your the next thing to do here. So I choose 2 because the second equation is much simpler. 2, I could substitute for R2. So x equal to 3. We have 3 plus y. 3 plus y is equal to 5. Then, or we could subtract 3 to both sides of the equation, become y is equal to 2. Therefore, solution is, the solution is, now we could make use of ordered pair here. So the solution is 3, 2. All right, so that's how we solve it using elimination. Okay, elimination. Question clarification, guys. So I hope this is clear to you. Now the notation, you don't need to write. I just write it for explanatory purposes only. But in your own, you may not write anymore the explanations. All right. So this is for explanatory purposes that I write the reason for each of the items here. No. All right. So but for you don't need to write that. No. This is for just explanatory purpose. Okay. The same number we could solve using. Perhaps I could just drag it. So this time I'll be solving it by substitution. By substitution. Okay. So by substitution, okay, so it's up to you whether which is the simpler equation to manipulate. For me, I will choose 2, no? In equation 2, perhaps I would like to solve y in terms of x. Okay. So that's how my because second equation is a lot simpler than the first, no? So normally you may use your discernment. If you will still use number 1, no problem. No? So for this case, y is basically equal to 5 minus x. All right. And this time you substitute. No, you will use again substitute y to if you choose to manipulate 2, you substitute to 1. If you manipulate 1, you substitute it to 2. You cannot substitute with the same equation, right? So you will end up nothing there, no? So for this, you substitute y to equation 1 because you manipulate 2, substitute it to 1. If you manipulate 1, substitute it to 2. Oh, guys, make sense? So that would be the case. So I will substitute the value of y to 1 here, no? So we will have a value of y such that we could solve for 2 x rather. So 2x minus y, where y is equal to 5 minus x is equal to 4. Simplifying further, so you have minus 5. So let me simplify this further. For the rest of us, minus 5 plus x is equal to 4, or perhaps one more, combining x, 3x plus x, 3x, and that will be equal to 4 plus 5 on the other side. All right, perhaps same line na lang. Or it could be x is equal to 4 plus 5 is 9, 9 over 3, which is equal to 3. Right? Now from there, no, you go back to, so we could call this, since you manipulate equation number 2, basically you could call this as 2 prime. 2 prime, no, because it was derived from 2. Okay? Then the next procedure, after you solve for x, you substitute x to 2 prime, right? Right? So whatever the value, x is equal to 3 here, you substitute to y is equal to 5 minus x here. No? So that becomes y is equal to 5 minus 3, or y is equal to 2. Okay? So therefore, the solution set, therefore the solution, no? So is 3, 2 also. So in the ordered pair, 3, 2. Okay, clarification, guys. Clarification. So simple equation, but later on we'll be giving you complicated ones, no? But because I know you know this already. All right? So graphically, you make use your graphing paper or your calculator, your graphing calculator, graphical calculator, or you may use software like Algebra here, no? Let me demonstrate to you. Actually, a while ago I already demonstrate, but for verification's sake, normally graphical method is used to verify analytical method. Okay, that's how we do. We don't do vice versa. Or we could do vice versa depending on the purpose. But normally, our major methodology is analytical, either elimination or substitution, and it is verified graphically. Or it could be vice versa. Whenever there are graphing exercises, you may verify your graph through the analytical method. Okay, so both are could verify one to another. Okay, thank you my wife for your copy. Ayan, salamat. Ayan, kapi-kapi muna tayo guys. So, ayan, so we have a cup of coffee here. Usok-usok pa, no? Ayan, nakikita nyo ba guys yung usok? Ayan. Yeah, kitang-kita ni Maymay yung usok. Okay, so graphically speaking naman, ayan, so ayan, 2x minus y, no? 2x minus y. So you could just you could start here with the first equation. So I suppose you know how to plot, no? So we don't need to recap that. It's equal to 4. So basically, how will you plot a line? So you make use of one-to-one correspondence. So we know that y is a dependent variable and x is an independent variable. You assume values of x, you could solve for y. Normally at least 3 points. 2 points would be fine to define a line, but for you to have a more accurate graph, you may have 3 to 5, no? 3 to 5 ordered pairs of that line. So, but for here, you don't need to do that. You just need to input your, you just need to input the line. So that is that the one corresponds to 2x minus y, and then we have also your x plus y is equal to 5. Okay, then here you go. Now the software also was able to compute for the points of intersection. Ayan guys, no? So the points of intersection is actually 3, 2. All right? So that's the graphical method. Though I may not require graphical methodology, but basically graphical method is will benefit us for verification purposes and appreciating more of the systems of equation through graphs. So perhaps if you'll be teaching secondary schools, secondary students, no, don't just focus on the analytical methodologies, but let the students know or visualize the solution. Hello, my daughter, how are you? So by providing them some graphical activities. No, but for college, we don't do that anymore. But for you, if you become teachers of your or secondary high school, you may want to involve the students in exercises like graphing a line, graphing a curve, knowing the point of intersection, etc. So there are many things that we could do using graphs. But for us, this software, this platform, Algebra, will be sufficient visualization purposes for us, okay, as math teacher. So here it's stated that it intersects 3 and 2, which is also basically the solution of the equation. So let me print screen this so that I could paste it using print screen, okay? So hopefully I could paste it here by substitution, by graphical method. Okay, so I need to ayan. So kasi naka-double screen ako guys eh. Kaya iaano ko na lang to. We will just crop the image. Okay. Oops, sorry. Wala yung crappy. At ganun. Hindi ko siya makrap ah. Yan. Alright, so yan, kakrap na natin. Then I'll just expand this now for your visualization purposes. Okay, so that's how we do it using Algebra. Alright, so of course you could download the free software either in mobile, iOS, or Android, or even in a web-based. No? So for your purposes, no? Ayan, si Jom, nakikita kong gumagamit ng Algebra. No? Ayan, so let's have some exercises now. Basically, I suppose you have read already the solved problems, no? Perhaps we could perhaps I could just give you some challenging challenging let me open my book here. So basically, whatever method that you will have the answer. Okay, whether method substitution, elimination, or graphical method, you will have the same answer. Okay, it's also good to triangulate your answer. Perhaps in 2 methods you have the same answer, and 1 method it's not the same answer. Perhaps you could rectify the solution for that particular methodology. So that's what we call triangulation. When we use 3 methods to solve for a single problem, and we should arrive at one solution. Okay, so wherein we triangulate. Same as true with its application in modern world, where we could locate a particular device, no, that is connected through mobile through triangulation. So at least there are three hotspots where we could generate locations, no, or three cell sites, perhaps or perhaps three GPS satellite, or we could triangulate your exact location. Okay, so that concept evolves in mathematics, wherein there we could triangulate our solution by utilizing another method, not to perhaps to strengthen the veracity of your solution. All right. Okay, now I suppose all of you are no, so we could now maybe I'll be giving you some activity, each one of you, no. Let me just plug in my documents here. So far, we have clarification, guys. The clarification or chat on the box, no? So far, we still have viewers, three viewers here, no, would like to learn also college algebra. You know, the meat of algebra is basically on solving systems of linear equation. Yeah, that's the bulk of algebra. And of course, there are other important items here. Okay, let me just pull down my files. Oh guys, copy muna. Wala. Pulling down the files. Oops. So these are previous solution we have last time. I suppose you still recall our problem solving with one alone. Nandito pa siya. So we're now with linear equation or systems of linear equation. Alright, so let me clarify this. Okay, siguro para huwag masyado i-draw lots natin to. No? Pwede naman i-draw lots to. So I'll be at least para hindi bias, no? Kasi palaging ako nauna. Okay, so I will be pulling down my, so take note, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay, that's some draw lots. But I will, so except for James who asked us not to because he has ongoing conference. So everyone, nawala na si Shadrach. Okay, let me go back here. They will be using memes. No, kasi there are complicated items. Para not to be biased. To avoid bias, we will do it random. I will make roulette here, guys. Okay, so John, here, Bal, Jem, May, May na lang May. Aaron, James. Sino nawala? Shad? Si Shad. Oh, ready na? Let's look first on the items of solution. All right, no? So here are the your yan, we'll be starting from letter D. So the first one will get letter D and then E. Para palaki ko pa, no? Teka, wait. I think that's too much. Can you see from this, guys? Or okay ba? This visible ba? Yung mga items. Okay, anyway, sige. So, okay, let's draw. Letter D. Letter D muna tayo. Sige, tingin ko papalakihan ko na lang to doon sa ating Word document, okay? For a while. I'll just screenshot this one. Then later on, we'll go on with the problem solving. I think it's a better visualization. So we'll start with letter D. Guys, a better visualization. Okay, for letter I, find x and y in terms of A and B. So everything will solve for the two variables. So hindi ko na gagalawin yung ABC. So for the 6 of you, if James would answer, I would appreciate that also. Okay, I will be pasting it to our right. So let me screenshot this one. Kasi naghihintay na yung baleta. Okay, some exercises here. Para makita nyo rin sa document, if not here on the screen, at least you could see it in your docs. So I think this is far more better visualized, no? All right, so let's move. So for letter D, okay, so we'll start with letter D. Here we go. D. So gem is letter D. And next, letter E. Let's look at letter E. Okay, James, it's okay not to answer James if it's conference. Okay, James, letter E. Letter E, just check here. Letter E. It's James. Right? Next, letter F. May palakpakan pa kay Jom. Letter F kay Jom. Okay, letter, ano tayo? Letter G. G. Okay, letter G. Let's just try this. No? Afterwards, saka natin ipapakita yung ano. May letter G. May letter G. Then letter H. Okay, letter H is shad. Letter H, shad. Then, letter I. Supposedly yung kay James, yung later on yung kasi si James cannot ano eh. So kay anim lang pala to. So anyway. Sige, pwede na yung letter C, pwede na yan. Pwede isama na natin yung letter C maya-maya, no? Para kung si James kung maka-solve siya, okay din naman. Letter I. It's between Val and Aaron. Okay, it's about letter C. Okay. So I, it's Val. The letter C is Aaron. Right? Paliitin ko na lang siguro to. Guys, so you may start working now for your respective items. So I'm giving you perhaps up to 10 minutes would be okay already in showing solution. In your chat box, you just show it on your chat box, your solution. Okay? Of course, don't forget to indicate the letter so that I could acknowledge it. Okay, Jo Marie has already an answer for letter F. Oh, dali pala nung kay Jom eh. Letter F, no? So, okay. Letter F. So that's negative 1 and 1. Okay, correct si Jom. Correct. So I will put a check mark here. Check for Jom. So you may type on the chat box your answer. Either you look at the screen or you look at the document, no? Para kaya pinis ko siya doon. So, correct si Jom. Parang dali nang napunta sa'yo, Jom, ah. Siguro pwede ko pang palakihin to ng konti. Dito sa G sa I, variables X and Y for I, variables U and B for letter G. Yan. Para mas malakihan pa natin. Anyway, you know already your items, no? Para mas malaki. Okay, just for letter C, Aaron, for letter C. All right, letter C, 6 and 10. Correct, Aaron. 6 and 10. So, Aaron has check also. Kasi nagka-copyright yung C. Kaya ganyan yan. Correct, for Aaron. Right, very good. Okay, we'll wait for others also. Yan. Right, and then we will move on to a more complicated item sooner or later, no? But this is not only, the two unknowns here is not only combined with linear. It could be one linear and quadratic equation and two quadratic equation, no? So that could be a possibility, or even higher order equations involving X and Y. No, pwede yan. Or perhaps, no, we could also solve three unknowns. So I hope we could demonstrate that later, sooner or later. Then later, and I have an important announcement to you later regarding our scheduling, no, next week. Yeah, let's wait for others to solve their items, respective items. Okay, Val's item is I. Yes, only X and Y. X and Y in terms of A and B. X in terms of A and B, Y in terms of A and B. That would be your solution. Val. It's up to you. You could manipulate this. It's up to you. You may use the methodologies in elimination or substitution. All right? Though it's not a constant. It's a constant, treated as constant, but arbitrary constants. Meaning a constant that could be represented by any values at all, no? So thank you, Pastor Lem, for dropping by on our lecture in algebra. Right? Okay, few more items. So first is Jom, and then Aaron is already correct. Now we're expecting others. Okay, so we have viewers, no? 3 viewers, no, from our online. No? All right. So for letter E, in terms of T, of course, in terms of T siya. Perhaps you may type your answers now within 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Then later on, I'll be demonstrating 3 unknowns, no? And then afterwards, we'll be dealing with some problems also, no? So far, you have a knowledge on uh, one unknown methodologies in your problem solving, but now we'll be using 2 unknowns. 2 unknowns, no? By looking at some of the items here, no? Okay, 2 minutes. Please post chat now on your answers. Oh, kumusta na? May sagot na ba? Okay, Jem. Yours is letter D. Jem, the answer is whole number, integer. So rectify your answer. Letter D. So the answer is a whole number. Jem, you try to figure it out. So the first thing that you need to do is to multiply with the least common denominator of the respective equations. For the first equation, we have 3 and 4 at letter D. So multiply it by 12. And then the second equation, 2 and 3, so you multiply by 6. The entire equation. And then solve without any fractions. Right? That's how you gonna do it. Jem, you try to rework on that item. Okay, Mai. May sagot ka na ba, Mai? Jem, you rectify your answer, Jem. Wala siya. Yung teacher answer. Okay, welcome back, Shad. Okay, Jem. Ayan. Letter D ni Jem ay 3 and 5. Okay, let me try to solve Jem's item. No? Sige, you work on your ano muna. So first and foremost here, for letter D, so you just multiply, no? Okay, sorry. Sige, Jem, bibigyan kita ng half point dyan. Sige, Jem. Okay. So let me clarify that. So first, we multiply both sides of the equation by the least common denominator. Obviously, for letter D, the first equation has 12. So multiply it by 12. So what will remain is, I will not show it anymore. Letter D. So we have 4 times 2x minus 1 plus 3 times y plus 2 is equal to 12. Is equal to 12 times 4 is 48. Okay? That's for the first equation. I will be further simplifying this such that it will be rearranged in terms of x and y. Since I'll be using methods of elimination. So 8x minus 4 plus 3y plus 6 is equal to 48. Okay? Then from here, 3y to 3y. Rearrange that such that it will become 8x plus 3y is equal to 48. Okay? 48 plus 4 is 52. Then 52 minus 6. So 48. So that will become plus 2. On the left side, it will become minus. So that becomes 46. So this is 3x. 8x plus 3y is equal to 46. I will name it as equation 1. Right? Next equation, this one, multiply both sides by 6. No? So that becomes 3. Okay, let me check my files here. No? 3 times x 3 minus 2 times x minus y is equal to 3 times 6, which is 18. Alright? So I would simplify that further. Okay, acknowledging Pastor Beans. Salamat, Pastor Beans. Welcome to my college algebra class. No? Thank you, Pastor Beans. No? Ayan, napadaan kayo. So you have 3x plus 9 minus 2x plus 2y is equal to 18. Simplifying further, that becomes x and then plus 2y. No? It's a plus, will be a minus, no, on the other side. All right, so it will become 18 minus 9, that will be equal to 9. This will be my second equation. From there, I could eliminate such that I could multiply the second, multiply number 2 by 8 to eliminate x. So that's my purpose, no, of multiplying second equation by 8 to eliminate x. So therefore, ilalagay ko na lang dito. So guys, you could just type your answers there while I'm solving letter D, no? So you have here 8x plus 16y. So 8 times 7 is 9 is 72. Then, so this would be my, I would call it 2 prime. And add 1 and 2 prime. Right? So we have here 8x, or subtract pala. Subtract 2 prime from 1. Okay? So from 1. So tingnan natin, no? So tingnan na lang natin. 8x minus 8x, 0. Then we have 3y minus 16y is 13. No, negative 13y, no? So I'll just write it. Negative 13y na lang kasi nasubtract na yung 8. 8x minus 8x, 0. 3y minus 16y is 13y. Then we have 46 minus 72. What is 46 minus 72? It's 26. Negative 26, no? So minus negative 26. Or, so if I would divide both sides by 18, y is equal to 2. O Jem, yan ang pagkakamali mo. Hindi 3, 5, no? It's 2 at yan, yung isang component, baliktad pala yung sagot mo. It's actually 5, 2 is the answer, no, for them. No? If you substitute this to any of the equation, no, perhaps you could substitute a more simpler equation. Substitute y to 2. Y to 2. Okay, so substitute y is equal to 2. So what do you have? X plus 2 times y is equal to 4. Now x plus 4 now, 2 times 2 is 4, is equal to 9. Obviously, x is equal to 5. Okay, so the solution is 5, 2. Jem, please take note. 5, 2 is the answer. Okay, any other answers from the crowd? Uy, your time is up, guys. Your time is up. Please, pakilagay niyo yung mga sagot dito. Alright? Wala pa ba? May? Shad? You have Orbal? Okay, 4 balls, you can solve. Okay, I'll help you with that. No worry, brother. So for letter I, right? For letter I. Nawala naman ng data si Shad. Sige. Okay, for letter, let me check on letter. Okay. So this one, we could make use of elimination, Bal, no? We could eliminate by multiplying either A or B to both sides of the equation para siya ma-subtract. So perhaps I would manipulate on Y. Take note of that. Yeah, I will copy this to my file. How about my mind? Can you solve your item? Not too quiet. Oops. Sorry. So, hindi, sige, titingnan dito. Just rectify the item here. So, the problem is AX minus BY is equal to A squared plus B squared. All right. That's the first equation. Second equation is I can find my answer. Okay, sige. We'll solve. Okay, for Shad, let me check your answer for letter H. Unfortunately, Shad's answer is correct. Okay, Shad. Okay, checkan muna kita, Shad. Okay. Your answer is correct. So we don't have problem with that. So we'll only focus on my and Bal's item. But for this case, I will first solve for Bal. So this is the first equation. The second equation is 2bx minus ay is equal to 2b squared plus 3a minus a squared, right? So how could we eliminate? Of course, we need to find out for a common numerical coefficient, and it seems there's no. So therefore, we could manipulate both sides. Now, and I choose y because y is simpler than x, obviously. So how could I eliminate them? Both needs to have a and b component. And how will you do that? Multiply equation 1 with b and multiply equation 2 with multiply equation 1 by a, both sides of the equation, and multiply b by multiply equation 2 by b, right? So that would be the case, no? So this is equation 1. And this is equation number 2, right? So I will multiply by a, right? by A. So what will be the result? Okay, the result would be, if we'll multiply the equation number 1 by A, that will become a squared x minus AB y is equal to, perhaps I would just quantify it for the meantime, A times A squared minus B squared. Okay, and then next I will multiply equation 2 by B. By B. Okay, so if that would be the case, okay, so by B, that becomes 2b squared x. 2b squared x, and then minus pa pareho to. Oo nga, minus pareho. No? So it will be a plus. So minus aby, so that will be our contention. We could eliminate that sooner or later. And then I will just put it b times the quantity. So perhaps I assume this is factorable. Factorable siya. Later na natin tingnan nyo kung factorable na. Alright, 2b squared plus 3ab minus a squared. Alright, nagkasya pa. Okay, eliminate, add. So we call it 1 and we call it 1 prime because we got it from 1, and this one is 2 prime. Okay, 2 prime, right? So from here, so we could add 1 prime and 2 prime. To eliminate y. Okay? So that's our methodology here to eliminate y. All right? So from here, for your x, or to add, no, you need to add. So you just need to add the numerical coefficient a squared plus 2b squared. Okay? A squared plus 2b squared x. So all of this would be quantified to x. And lo and behold, you eliminate y, so you could solve for x. Right? So mahaba-habang tugtugin nga lang ito kasi nga kailangan nating Alright, so you eliminate this is for x, you eliminate y, and then you need to add. No, you need to add this, no? So everything on the needs to be added. Alright, so yan. Yan, so that's a little bit more complicated than expected, no? Yeah, that's the we could eliminate, no? So we could add further. All right? So I could see some, sige, pwede na natin i-add to. A cube plus AB squared plus, idagdag na natin to, 2B cube. Sige, idagdag natin sa kabila. So, this would become plus so pala, no? I'm sorry. Subtract pala to. Sorry. We need to subtract. Sorry. Subtract. Kasi pareho eh. Subtract. Okay. Subtract. subtract a 2 prime from 2, 2 prime from 1 prime to eliminate y. So to eliminate y, alright? Okay, hindi ko napansin yun. Right? So here, instead of minus, plus, it will be a minus. Then from here, a cube plus ab squared minus. No? So this becomes a minus already. Okay, so that become a minus. So 2b squared or 2b cubed and then minus. Tutuloy ko na lang dito sa next dahil so kulang na siya. No? So we have a minus 3a b squared. And then you have a plus. A plus. So plus siya. So magiging minus minus sa plus, no? So a squared b. Yan. Okay ba? Okay, simplifying further. So we could further simplify this, no? By rearranging the terms, no? Rearranging the terms, so we could rearrange here. Okay, we could rearrange the terms, no? Or perhaps we could divide it already. Pwede na. So x would be dividing both sides while rearranging. So from here, so we have a cubed. So minus, so magiging plus. Mauuna dito a squared b squared, no? A squared b pala. Okay, minus 2. 2ab squared. Then minus 2b cubed. All over. All over. Okay, a squared minus 2b squared. Alright, so okay ba? So yan yung makikita natin dyan, no? So unfortunately, yan. So pwede nating ma-solve yung so we could assume that the denominator is a factor to the numerator. Hahanapin lang natin yung pares. Hahanapin lang natin yung pares, guys. So there are already clues here, no? So ano kaya yung pwede nating i-multiply sa a squared para maging a cubed? At ang i-multiply natin sa negative 2b squared para maging negative 2b cubed. Alright? So just alright, so factorable siya. So perhaps one way of solving this, no, is to trial and error. Alright? So trial and error, no? So ganun talaga ang ano natin. We could trial and error, but my intelligent guess would be this one. So it could be a squared minus 2b squared. Fortunately, no, then later we clarify kung tatama siya. A plus B na lang matitira doon. So that's my intelligent guess. No? Later on, we check if this is correct or not. No? So ito, para magka-cancel out siya, guys. Can you copy, Bal? Your item is difficult but it's solvable. So I hope you could copy, Bal. Let's try to check, no? So A times A squared is A cubed, correct? And then the second term, A times negative 2B squared, correct? 2AB squared. And then B times A squared is positive A squared B, correct also. And the last term would be B times negative 2B squared is negative 2B cubed, correct also. Yay! We got the factor. Congratulations. Congratulate me, Joe. Did you notice, Bal? Ayan. I know Bal is really happy about this. So the answer, ladies and gentlemen, is just x is equal to A plus B. But we need to identify, we need to specify that your A should be is not equal. Oh, wait. It's not equal. Not equal. Equal. Hindi naman. Not necessary. Ano? Oh, yung AB. Yes. AB is the, it needs to have the same numerical coefficient. AB. Alright? So supposedly it's not equal to A. Why I cannot, yun, not equal to, obviously, to 2b squared. If they're equal, that becomes 0. And if that becomes 0, that becomes an inconsistent system. Alright? So that would be the case, no? Okay, so for this, obviously, now if you have your x, you may solve also for y, but I cannot show it anymore. And y, unfortunately, Bal, y is equal to a minus b. Right? So I won't show it anymore, but you could prove it. Or you could prove it otherwise. If you, all right? Oh, don't assume A is equal to 0, Bal. Don't assume that. All right. Oh, thank you, my for congratulations. Okay, sige, we'll solve your item. Ano ba yung item mo, may ba't di mo ma-solve? Nabalikan natin tong kay may. May is letter G. Okay, letter G. Let me letter G. G. Again, S here is an arbitrary constant. R is an arbitrary constant. You just solve for U and B. My, no? So, okay, let me solve this for you. For the given, so 2U minus B is equal to negative 5S. That's basically your first equation. And then your second equation, 3U plus 2B is equal to 7R minus 4S. 4S, that will be your second equation. All right. So from here, obviously, you could eliminate B. I think B is more simpler than U by multiplying the first equation by 2, right? So that would be right? So we do it, multiply it by 2. Equation 1 multiplied by 2. So you have 4U minus 2B. O, pareho na. Is equal to negative 10S. Okay? Then we call it 1 prime. Equation 1 prime. Then you add. Obviously, you could add 2 and 1 prime. To eliminate B. Okay, to eliminate B, we add the 2. So that becomes 7U. Then B is eliminated. 2B minus plus negative 2B is 0. Then you have 2U is equal to 7R still there. 7R minus 4S minus 10S. Okay. There, obviously, we could solve for U, guys. U now is equal to, simplifying the numerator, that will become 7R minus 14S minus 14S over 7. Oh, sounds familiar. Or we could say, we could simplify further. So factor out 7, what you will have is R minus 2S na lang over 7, no? So 7 times R minus 2S over 7, obviously 7 will cancel. So what remains is R minus 2S. Alright? Alright, Maymay, did you copy? Hindi na tayo makakaabot ng inequality, no? So this will be my last because later on I'll be announcing something to you, no? Regarding our schedule by next week. Okay? So ayan, kala ko makakaabot tayo inequality. Pero next time na lang. Okay, salamat Sir Chris Boss TV. Kumusta na kapatid? Kumusta na Sir? Chris Boss, ayan. Mga kasama natin sa PKCM group, sa live stream. Salamat sa iyo kapatid sa pagdalaw. Ayan, so nagpapatuloy lang ako. I'm using the live stream also for my lecture to record my sessions, no? All right. So obviously, I will not show it anymore Maymay, but you could figure it out. Now your B, when substituted to either equation 1 or 2, not to show anymore, this would become B, but you could always verify 2R plus S, alright? Then yung guys, no? So, yan. I think that completes the requirement. James, you don't need to answer. But perhaps we could answer, what's the James here? Letter E. Kayang-kaya na pala yung letter E. So, no need. Now, I'll be pasting on this document your take home for today. Alright? So, I'll just be basing it to our, nasa na ba yung aking mouse? Naliligaw yung mouse ko eh. So, this is not to show anymore, B, no? I won't show it anymore. As for you to okay. Ito naman, I think we could have a rundown of this. Jo Marie, can you identify for 15.28, whether it's consistent, inconsistent, or dependent. Jomari, or letter A. So tell us if whether letter A, 15.28, consistent, inconsistent, or dependent system. Or letter A. When you say consistent, it has only one solution. Inconsistent, no solution. Dependent, infinite solution. Right? Okay, John, what's your answer? I need a quick answer here. And then followed by Val, letter B for Val. Then for Jem, letter C. For my letter D. For Aaron, letter E. And for Shad, no? I won't ask James anymore. But for Shad, letter F. Okay. Tell me whether it's consistent, inconsistent, or dependent system. Okay, John, sorry, correct? Yeah, you don't need to solve, no? Just tell me which consistent, inconsistent, or dependent. Pero okay na rin. Okay, letter B, Val. Okay, Val, correct. Inconsistent. It's an inconsistent system because there is no solution. Okay, meaning both are parallel lines. Letter C, Gem. Okay, so solve that. Yes, you cannot solve that because it's an inconsistent system. Okay, for E, Aaron, consistent system, correct, Aaron? Correct? Yeah, it's a consistent system. Okay, my for Gem, also Chad. Gem, letter C. Oh, recall. May nasolve ka ba, Gem? O pwede lahat ng ano? Nung yung second equation ng letter C, in-express mo, tinanggal mo yung factor, anong lalabas? Tinanggal mo yung 2y thirds. 2y over 3 doon. Now, minultiply mo sa 3, both sides of the equation. That becomes 3x minus 2y is equal to 3. So, ano siya doon sa first equation? Kamukha ba? So, kung kamukha, hindi siya parallel. Ibig sabihin coincidental, or sometimes you call it the letter C is a classic example of dependent. That's a dependent system. Okay, because there are infinity number of solution. Alright, Gem, so that's a dependent system. Okay, next, my and Shad. Okay, correct, dependent. That's correct, Chad. It's dependent system. We will analyze. It will simplify the first equation. It will be look like the second equation. So therefore, it's dependent system. Okay, that's correct, Chad. Letter D, inconsistent. Tama. Dahil para siya inconsistent. Correct. Okay. Okay, I'm happy to know that, to know already. Now this will be your assignment, your take home. Your take home will be solve problems. But this time using X and Y. No? You won't be using anymore one unknown, but you may use two unknowns this time. No? So here, don't worry, I'll be screening this into your chat. I will be screening this to screenshot this to your documents. No? Make sure you have already the copy of the document. No? From there, that will be the basis for submission for next week. Okay? So this would be some problems. Again, some number problems will be our point of discussion also next week. Okay, so let me do it first. I print screen and then I will put it on the document so that it will be permanently yours. No? Take home. So this will be due. Let me see. Due on Monday. No, what will be the date for Monday? The following week. $14. Okay. Yeah, November. Thank you, my mind. Due. So I will be creating again. I'll be creating an assignment on the Google where you could submit it on the Google Classroom due on November. Okay. Although I need to crop this again. Pag ganito ba guys, nababasa nyo na naman, no? Guys, kaya hindi ko na siya makrop. May mababasa mo naman to, no? Pag binasa sa docs. Okay naman kasi naka-docs naman eh. Kasi pwede nyo naman palakihan yung docs, no? Para hindi ko na i-crop. Para kasi we're running out of time actually. So I have a meeting. So I will cut short of our session today. Lang nawala yung mouse ko. Saan na yung mouse ko? Actually, nalobat pa yung mouse ko. Sandali lang guys, nalobat yung mouse ko. May nalobat yung mouse ko. Wala pa malit ang battery. Wait lang guys. Wala pa akong mouse. Kasi lahat ng mouse na double A, triple A. Okay, sige. Never mind. So solution guys, solution yan. Okay, that's the continuation. Hirap ng walang mouse na ano, no? Right, and just try to paste the document, guys. Okay. So this would keep you busy for the week. So use two unknowns here, na two unknown systems, guys. I will allow you this time to use two unknown systems. And then, sige. Kaya ako dadamihan kasi next week hindi tayo magkikita. Okay, that's the reason why I will need to keep you busy. And because we won't meet next week, I'll be attending a conference for our electronics engineers. Of course, I will allow you to solve also for the three unknowns here. Yan, so isang item siguro. So hanggang 3 unknowns na tayo. 4 unknowns, I will lecture linear algebra professor. Deal with that. So hanggang dito lang, guys. Screenshot. So all of which will be turned into an assignment until Monday next week. Right? So you have ample of time to do this. Okay? Nakamit ng docs. Okay? So yan yon. Yan yung mga assignments natin. So next week will be my I'll be showing to you. I'll be at their national conference, which I cannot be physically around. Okay, so scary to. Yun. This is the ISEP 72nd Annual General Assembly, which will happen on November 15. November 15 to 17. Okay, that includes your classes. So next week we won't meet, but you'll just continue. Now, aside from that, you will be submitting on Monday, and then try to work on now in problems of inequalities. Now, though I have the much as much as I want to teach today, because we have limitation. By the way, there's similarity on inequalities and equation only that there are certain rules only applied to inequalities. And sometimes the sense of the inequality changes. So just follow the lectures that I have uploaded. And then on perhaps next week I'll be uploading sets of activities for you. All right? So that would be the reading. And then aside from that, okay? Yeah, that's the convention that we will be going November 17, 15, 17. No? So I cannot join you even virtually because that would be a face-to-face conference. No? All right. So next we won't meet next week, but the following week. However, I assume that you already accomplished this in systems of linear equation and inequalities. Then we will move on to logarithmic equations and eventually polynomial equations until week 17. No? If there are other things that I could teach you, no, perhaps introduction to inductive or series, no, that could happen also. All right. So guys, that's it for today. Thank you for your cooperation. No? Lahat ba kayo meron ng do you have already the document file here? So again, I will be pasting the links. I'll be sharing this again for those who have not accessed the file. So I could share this only through your Bethany account. Okay, Bethany account. So I will be pasting it now. Okay, so please access the file now. So we're in the take home is there, indicated there. All right. So all items needs to be solved, no, so that you may practice, no. The point of this is for you to practice well on this exercise, and then I'll be choosing some items where we could discuss, or perhaps there are difficulties in your part where I could discuss it freely when we meet again on week 16. Okay, we will meet on week 16. Week 40 now. Next week, no meeting. No, but you have your assignment take home, and then week 16 we'll meet, and week 17 we will wrap up college algebra already, and then give you a week-long examination to be submitted in week 18. But for week 18, we will have a fellowship, particularly for the face-to-face. Also, virtual students may join, but you may join virtually. But also the fellowship is for those that will come congregate at LD Woosley Bethany College. Okay, so thank you guys. Is everything clear? The instructions, you won't meet next week because of that equally important commitment that we have, particularly on our commitment for continuing education as an electronics engineer. Also, so I'm an electronics engineer. I'm also a professional teacher, so I'm holding 2 licenses. Each one has their own requirements for what we call continuing professional development. Okay, so that's the case. Other clarification before we close in the word of prayer. Other clarification. Okay, so my mind says none. So sige. So I ask Jo Marie. Jo Marie, can you close us in the word of prayer? Brother Jo. Okay, let's pray. So, Heavenly Father, thank you for this time, Lord, because we got us again. Everybody, especially with our so we can learning, so we Father, that we grow and have a deeper grasp about our lessons, so we coordinate us as we have our assignments, and we pass it on before the line, Father. Continue to bless us, Lord, with the rest of our subjects, Lord. Continue to bless, so we pray in Christ's name. Amen. Okay. Amen. Thank you so much, guys. See you when I see you 2 weeks from now. God bless us all. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye, sir. Okay, bye-bye. See you. See you. Bye-bye.